Good evening, everybody, and welcome to WCFL Dolphins Talk. Hope y'all are having a wonderful night tonight. It's a hot one here in Florida, I know that. And probably the same up there with Johnny O and everybody else. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get some words from our sponsors.
Turner Yell makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30.
Welcome to the Fins Tailgate. It's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. We live that aqua and orange from the field to the mic. Breaking down the plays, man, we talk it every night. From Tua to the defense, you know we keep it tight. NFL moves, you know we got the insight. We open up the floor, yeah, it's your time to shine. Fans drop the heat with opinions realigned. You got concerns, bring them, we're gonna chime. The Fins Tailgate's where we keep it prime. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. The NFL's changing, but we stay on the grind. Latest breaking stories, we don't waste no time. From the trades to the rumors, we make them all align. At the Fins Tailgate, we always on the climb. We're repping the Dolphins, but it's NFL-wide. From South Beach to the league, we keep it worldwide. Got the fans engaged with the energy supplied. Come kick it at the tailgate, we're riding high tide. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. So if you love the game, you know we got the gate. Tune in, speak out, don't wait, it's your fate. This is the Fins Tailgate, now watch us dominate. Miami Dolphins, NFL, yeah, we integrate.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
What's up, y'all? This is Chef Jew. Looking for a great chef for your next catering party, private party, office party, etc. with welcome watering meals and desserts? Let Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats take care of it for you at an affordable price. Call me at 786-804-8096. Also, reach me at chefjewcatering@gmail.com. Direct message on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Juice Catering. Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats. Food with a passion. We do it all.
Chef Jew, Miami-Dade, Palm Beach area. Call them up, get some sweet treats and good eats, and don't forget the cheesecake.
What's up, Paul? How are you?
I'm doing okay. Let's go ahead and get this shit show started, and go ahead and drop the link there, Shake.
All right.
I'm doing okay. How about you, Johnny O?
Can't complain, brother. Hot and humid, but it's summertime, so I'm enjoying it.
Good.
Happy birthday, Liz. In the chat.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about except Samuel's interview. Talking about the Dolphins culture and stuff.
Well, there was one thing I was looking at, and it was talking about his dad, some of the things his dad had to say about the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, it was his dad saying that, you know, the culture was soft and Mike McDaniel didn't have a handle on the locker room and stuff, so. So I guess we won't be signing him.
Not up to his dad, that's for sure.
Yeah. What's up, Derek?
What's up, guys?
Same shit, different day.
Same circus, different clowns.
Yep.
So you just about all packed up, ready to move this weekend?
I'm trying to get packed. I've never seen so many boxes and crap that I got to keep doing. My goodness.
It adds up, doesn't it?
You ain't kidding. If I could have I'd rather have a dumpster and start all over. Life hates me for wanting to have a dumpster already.
Yeah, the problem is it costs too much to start all over, brother. Yeah, we lost them. Dogs.
So who do you have coming on the blender tomorrow, Shake?
Well, I don't have anybody tomorrow, but I am. I will be making a special appearance on Ace Per Head. I might. I'm talking to somebody. If it goes through, I'm not really worried about it this year. So,
Okay.
but yeah, but either way, next week, it's almost over by July. My last guest, Anthony Pialucci is going to be my last guest for the year.
You're back, Derek.
Yeah, I dropped my phone. And then I fat fingered it and then it just went away.
So the white shirt.
Fat fingered or bat fingered?
Fat fingered it.
The white shirt already mad at you for wanting a dumpster, you said?
Yeah, because she has stuff from 50 years. It's like, oh. If we haven't used this stuff in 10 years, what's the point of keeping it?
You never know when you might need it.
Welcome to marriage.
Yeah.
See, it's the opposite in my house. I'm the one who's keeping everything, and the wife wants to get rid of everything.
No, my wife over the last year or two has been getting rid of a lot of stuff. So as the kids move out, she's getting rid of more.
Yeah, I got to start getting rid of some things.
Joe Wrist, what's going on?
What's up, Joe?
What's up, Joe? Hey, do you guys think with Asante Samuel Senior's dad or whatever, the senior, talking all that smack, do you think that's going to hurt his son getting a job with Miami?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think Miami signs him now. Doesn't even talk to him.
Why would you come out and say that if you know your son ain't got a job? Why would you be an idiot?
Well, why are some of these parents idiots when their kids are coming in the league or been in the league? They're just, they feel like their kid is famous, so they have something that they should be able to say.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's famous too. You know what I mean?
Right. He played in the league for years.
So now that we take him off, who do we?
And who knows? And the way I'm looking at it is maybe he didn't want his son playing for the Dolphins, and maybe he did that to kind of preempt him coming to Miami.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Joe, you there? Or you got no volume?
I guess
So
he's. Go ahead, Derek.
Who's the other top cornerbacks we could bring in if he doesn't come?
Cornerback?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's like freaking going to the Dollar Tree and saying, let's see what top items we could buy here.
Hey, can you hear me now?
There you go. What's up, brother? Back from Toronto?
No, I got back Monday morning. Had a good time though. Toronto's pretty cool. You could smell buffalo from across the lake.
Smell like a landscape, doesn't it? A landfill, all right?
Yeah.
It is a landfill.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I just popped up real quick to let you know that that won't prevent the Dolphins from signing Asante Samuel Jr. Him and his father don't have a relationship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
How
so
you doing,
that
Big
that,
Nick?
that
What's
wouldn't
up, Nick?
stop him. What's going on?
That was a money grab by his dad. Then he needed to get back in being seen on the media. He needed.
Try to stay relevant.
Yep.
No, man, that man's a 2, 3 time Super Bowl player winner. No, man, he all right.
I get he's a great player and all that, but what the fuck does he know about our locker room and our team? Like, has he ever been in the locker room with our players and coaches to be able to make
You
that
gotta
statement?
take you gotta take what he says with a grain of salt. This the guy that says that Chris Carter was overrated and he had a better career than Deion Sanders. So you
Right.
gotta take what he said with a grain of salt.
All right, so
Yeah,
he has a
he,
history of saying dumb stuff. Then
he was definitely smoking some good shit.
if you think he had a better career than Dion, he definitely was. Because I mean, I'd put Dion in the top 5 of all-time corners. So
Right.
I mean, he might have had better stats, but that don't mean he was a better player. You know, he was more of a ball hawk, where Deion was a shutdown corner. So
That,
they really played two different styles.
well,
What's
that,
up?
that defense was often a machine too that he was on. I mean, that was from coaching to organization to the players they brought in. They had a great surrounding while he was there.
And this is my
Yeah, he
opinion. The
played with
best
what?
cornerback that ever played for New England was Darrell
Ty
Reeves.
Law. Ty Law.
Well, I'll say Darrell Reeves. That was drafted. I would say the best corner that was drafted by New England was Ty Law.
There was also Malcolm Butler who had that.
Who was eventually benched in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they had some good ones.
But I tell you what, Big
Yeah.
Nick, you know what you just made me think of? I remember back in the day when I was just playing Madden, I used to always trade for Ty Law. He was one of my favorites. I love Ty Law.
Same here, Shake. That's pretty funny.
Who? What happened?
I said when I used to play for Madden, I used to always trade for Ty Law.
How dare you? I've never added anybody from any team on any football game. Yeah, the most I've done was soup up the players that I had, but I've never added.
And,
I am sick
Ty
when it
Law,
comes to the
there was a few
Dolphins.
players. Ty Law and Randy Moss were definitely ones I used to always put on my team.
I,
Yep.
I, I was. I'm a sycophant, man.
Because there was a time during Madden where he was very good and young, so it made sense to trade for him or draft him in a fantasy draft.
I used to play Madden before I had when I had my first 2 kids. They was really young. I used to play Madden like all day, every day. Like I would just take it out the pack, put it in the machine, and go straight to all Madden and get my ass kicked until I start winning, start winning, start winning. And then I go to the season mode, and if I lose one game, I will start the season over. I got
Yeah.
to the point where in the Pro Bowl, it had the Dolphins offensive line, the Dolphins wide receiver, the Dolphins quarterback. I was crazy with that game, man.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Trying to
taking over
think what year.
awesome franchise
What year
mode.
was the Madden where everybody went and got that Mel Gray or something? Remember, he was like only 60
I don't
rating,
know.
but he was like the greatest back on. He was like I think it was
I
like
know
Madden 95 or 96. Do you guys remember that?
I had one season when Tim Bowens had like 65 sacks.
It was like some made up player, and it was like a glitch, and the guy was like crazy fast, crazy good. He reminds you like Barry Sanders.
That sounds more like a Tecmo Bowl era, not Madden.
And
Question.
by the way, what's crazy is when I used to trade for Randy Moss. I'm sorry, Chris Chambers, you lost your number 84.
Oh yeah.
Question for everybody. If Tua misses 3 or more games, do you think that's the last we'll see of him as a Dolphin?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
No, I don't think so. They'll probably give him one more year.
Nope.
He's got to miss 2 or less.
Analysts now predict the Dolphins could part ways with Tua after the 2025 season, a move that might result in a hefty $79 million cap hit.
Just on the confirmation bias alone of him missing any games, I think, let alone 3.
I mean, but why are you missing the game? Is it because Aaron Brewer or James Daniels stepped on his foot and broke his pinky toe? I mean, no, not necessarily just because he missed 3 games. I mean, something.
If it's like illness or something, then that's different. But I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking going into his 6th year with 5 of them being injury riddled.
Yeah.
Listen, all I know is those analysts are about as trustworthy as the flat earther.
No, I'm just trying to give something to talk about.
I got you. No, but no. My opinion is the. Unfortunately, I think look, even if let's say he misses three games and he does really well, they're not moving off him. And like Michael Ked said, we still got him for another because of the contract. We got him for another 3 seasons, so I could see them maybe this season or next season. But
Shake, when you say really well, does that include
won't miss a game?
Huh?
Does that include a playoff win? Doing really well?
Well,
that's not a quarterback stat.
Probably.
That's not
if he wins a playoff game, you might as well. He'll be there for at least 3 more years.
Well, if we want to talk about quarterback stats, let's talk about how he actually performs in big games, and it's awful. It's awful, and so it's not just playoff wins; it's big games.
Well, I understand that, but tell me the player that performs well in big games for the Miami Dolphins. Any player.
Right, I agree. It's not just Tua; it's the coaching staff. It's every other player. I mean, it's Tyreek drops balls in big games.
Yeah, but he just tried to make that a Tua stat, though. So
a lot of people,
because there's teams that have great QBs that can take over the game.
We're not talking about those teams. We're talking about the Miami Dolphins. Which player?
I want a QB that can do that.
Which player in big games for the Miami Dolphins played well?
None. I mean, look at the playoff loss in Kansas City.
That doesn't excuse Tua. I'm sorry. He's a player on the team. He's a franchise player. We've invested in this guy to take over games.
It didn't exclude X. It didn't exclude Jalen Ramsey. It didn't exclude anybody.
It's not. No, we're not saying the entire team doesn't show up. Plenty of them show up. Plenty of them. Our offense is anemic. Anytime that we play a challenging defense, we're anemic.
I would even say in any big game that the Miami Dolphins has played in, whether we lost or we won, I would say that Tua was the best player of that game on our team.
That's great. That's great. This guy struggles in every single big game.
Name a big game where Tua was not the best player, win or loss.
Name a big game where Tua was not the best player.
Win or loss.
Let's talk
the best game he has was probably against Buffalo up in Buffalo when we lost by that field goal.
No, he didn't play. That was
no, we played.
Let's talk about regular season.
Regular season.
The last playoff game we had. The last playoff game we had. It was god awful.
He played
we played the Packers.
in that
it was
game.
God awful. Anytime the lights are on, he's fucking terrible. It doesn't matter if he's the worst or the best on the team. He's fucking terrible when the lights are on. We can't go anywhere with a QB like that.
But that's not fair because we couldn't go anywhere with a left tackle like that. It was terrible when the lights came on.
Look at the Buffalo Bills. They have barely any talent on that team, and they thrive no matter what because they have the QB that can get it done.
For a quarterback.
I would disagree with that. I mean, Josh has got a little better talent around there than what we would.
They got a few running backs. That's it.
Josh just won the MVP. Why would you disagree with that?
And I'm not saying he's got to be Josh Allen, but I'm saying a QB can have the wins be his responsibility. That's what I'm saying. It's
Right,
yes,
Josh can do the extra stuff, yes, but the Bills have been solid. It don't matter how good they are; they know how to gel. If you're gelling, you don't have to be superstars. All you got to do is just gel, and you're going to make it happen. And somehow that's how the Bills do it.
That comes down to coaching.
Right.
Look, I've been pro Tua for most of his career here, but I'm willing to look at what I watch and say this guy's not going to get it done in any big games. We've all been watching it for years and years and years. So to think
The
that
big game
he
is that he
doesn't
get
have
it done
any
in.
responsibility in playoff wins and big game wins
Except
is
the big
ludicrous.
games that he get it done in. Those are, right, you're right. He doesn't get it done in big games except the ones he get it done in.
Name the big
The
games he
six,
gets it done in.
the six touchdown game, the Arizona game, the
Arizona was a
Buffalo
big game,
game. Yeah, it was a big game.
and we're
Yeah,
talking the 6 touchdown game was Baltimore. What, a few years ago? It's
it
like
was a
one a
big
season.
game.
It's like
It was
one
a
a
big
season.
game.
One game a season that he does well is
It was a
crazy.
big game.
That's what
Last
there's
year, the opening,
17 games in the season, and he does it once a
la, la,
season.
last year's opening where the whole team played terrible and Tua put us on his back and won the game.
In Arizona, a home game against Arizona.
No, we
See,
lost
you just can't
Arizona.
win. I mean,
Yeah,
look,
wait,
I'm a
that
Dolphin
wasn't a
here.
loss. I actually went to that game. Which one are you referencing? Which Arizona game are you referencing? What
I'm a
year?
Dolphin here. I'm a Dolphin here. I would do this exact same argument for all 53 players, but you guys don't allow it. You just want us to just keep the. You insist on defending, making us defend Tua. Like there's nothing Tua has shown you when he's led the league in passing, when he just led the league in completion percentage, when he led the league in contested completion
Completion percentage is
percentage.
nonsense.
Like there's nothing he can do that you're ever going to say.
Completion percentage is a nonsense stat. He did have a great year in 2023, but it was an outlier compared to the rest of his career. Is an outlier. One good season is not going to give me the hope for him as the franchise QB. And I've been pro Tua since he got here, and I jumped off that train about a year ago.
See,
I
now
watched his
I'm
development.
not.
I don't
I'm
believe
still pro Tua because I still think he's the best thing we've had. I don't think there's anybody out there that we can get that's better. But Tua is not going to be a superstar quarterback. He is going to be a guy that relies on his team. He needs help. There's no I in team. And I don't know if you guys have noticed or not. A lot of NFL Live, SPN, just in this last month or two, there's been a lot of Tua talk. Like they're really talking a lot of the Dolphins. Like, have you noticed in previous years when they start talking all the other players or they start highlighting these guys a lot more, they normally make the playoffs or do really well. That's why I'm hoping that this is our year. But they've really been talking a lot about Tua, all the time, and it's like, is this going to be his breakout year? And
Mark my word, Tua won't miss one game this year.
I have a
I hope
feeling he's
so.
going to be lights out. I really do. I think we never see they always talk about the Ravens or Kansas City or Buffalo. We haven't heard much about the Bills. I haven't. I've been watching a good bit of sports and podcast radio. It's been a lot of talk about the Dolphins. And teams that they talk about a lot normally do pretty well.
What are they at? What do they have the odds at for us winning the division?
Probably terrible.
Yeah, I mean they're only giving us 8.5 wins over under, so you ain't winning the division winning 8.5 games.
Right.
What's up, Russell? What's up, Liz?
Good evening, guys. How are you?
What's up? What's
What's
up,
good,
Liz?
Russ? By the way, Liz, what is that?
It's whiskey.
A whiskey? Okay, yeah, I'm not a big whiskey person.
Neither am I. I tried it for the first time last night. I took a tiny sip and I was like, oh no. No, no. I'll stick to the strawberry margarita I had.
Hey, in the rookie OTAs or mini camp, who was the 37 that they're saying that may make the roster or the practice squad that has a good chance of making it on the cornerback, number 37? Who was that? Do
Isaiah,
you know?
Isaiah Johnson.
Okay.
Are they already giving out analysis of how people are doing?
Well, no, they were talking about possibility, like with losing Ramsey and stuff like that. They were saying that there's a possibility for being undrafted. He's getting a lot of attention.
Okay, real quick, guys. Here are the current future odds for the AFC East Division title ahead of the 2025 season. Buffalo Bills are the favorite at a negative 240. Then they have New England Patriots at plus 500. And Miami Dolphins are anywhere from a plus 550 to plus 700.
It's
And
actually pretty good because, like, if we do swing a good season, that would be a solid payout.
yeah. Of course, you have the Jets at plus 1,400 to 1,800.
And it's still going to be a tough year for New England to make. You got a new coach, new stuff. They might get a few wins, but they're
They're
going to defense. The
first
defense is definitely going to play us tough, but it's going to take a year or two to get in there to really get it tuned in.
way too much.
Yeah,
hype.
I live here. I live here in Massachusetts. They won 4 games last year. They'll probably win 6 this year. I mean, it's going to take a while. It's going to be chemistry, obviously. Their defense is decent, but I mean, if the Dolphins stay healthy, we're still a 10-type win team.
And if Tua stays healthy the whole season and we don't have any major injuries, I honestly think I have faith that we can actually sweep the Bills this year. And that's coming from a couple friends that are up in Buffalo because they're worried about stuff, and then their running back not being there, he's still holding out. They lost a lot of guys in the line. The defense is still going to be good, though.
Well, the offense is still going to be able to move the ball with Josh Allen as quarterback. So
We'll see come August.
I'm excited for this new line, these 2 new guards. If those guys work out, we're going to be back to running the ball successfully. Take a lot of pressure off Tua.
And
I think Tua is going to be fine, providing that, like I said, we stay healthy. I mean, he's accurate. I mean, they put so much on him, and I mean, the line was depleted. The receiver core was beat up later. We'll be fine. I mean, I'm optimistic. I say if we're healthy, 10-11 win team, playoff team.
A 10 might not do it this year. You're looking at the AFC.
well, the AFC, they say that every year. 10 might not get you in. I mean, they've been saying that. Go back and look. I mean, the AFC every year as somebody wins 10, 11 games and doesn't make the playoffs. So, and that's one of the reasons I think the NFL needs to change things, because you get a team, like wins the division, Houston or Indy or somebody, and they only got 8 or 9 wins, but yet they make the playoffs.
Well, they were talking about reseeding once teams are in the playoffs to give a home game to the better record, even if they were made it in as a wild card, but they didn't do it.
Yeah,
they voted it down.
But of course they did, because the owners all want the money, because teams like Indy and Houston know that their division sucks and they can win a division and make more money by having that home game.
Right.
Same thing over in a couple other divisions. Look at the NFC West sometimes. Seattle, San
I
Fran.
agree with that. I agree with that. Why should you be rewarded for not winning your division? I agree with that.
Well, for the simple fact that these divisions should have been realigned years ago and they didn't do it because of rivalries and paydays. I mean, think about it. How does Miami belong in the AFC East when the other 3 teams are all up in the Northeast?
Right.
Yeah, 6 of your 17 games are in division.
Well, yeah. Let's keep it real. Look, if anything, we should have been the AFC South. Indy should have been either in the AFC North and Baltimore should have been in the AFC East if you're going geographically, just like North Carolina should be in the NFC East and Dallas should be in the NFC South.
Correct.
Well, you like Johnny said earlier, a lot of these owners have big time, like Washington and Dallas forever. That's been such a big game sales wise for both of those teams, home teams. So when Dallas comes to Washington or vice versa, just like Miami and New England or the Jets in Buffalo or Pittsburgh and Cleveland, those rivalries make a lot of money. So it's hard to break up. I mean, they could probably still do them similar to like baseball does, where they have that, the interleague where you play certain teams, but those teams aren't giving up that money.
Well, and I mean, think about it. Since the AFL NFL merger, most of these teams now, Seattle has switched, Arizona has moved around, Indy left the AFC East, and still has more AFC East titles than the Jets, and they've been gone for years. But these rivalries have been around so long that these owners don't want to lose that because of the rivalry games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not gonna. You don't understand. It's hard to tell somebody I'm taking money out of your pocket, even though they're making a lot of it.
Yeah, especially with these new TV deals with all this different streaming service and stuff, they're making plenty of money. I mean, Ross bought the Dolphins for $1.1 billion. It's now worth damn near $7 billion.
It's going to be rapidly increasing in the next few years too.
Oh yeah, with these streaming services and all the money coming in, absolutely.
Yep.
And a lot of these teams now are getting the copyrights in other countries.
Yeah,
they're promoting it so much.
Yeah, we got like a monopoly on the Spanish countries.
I keep telling y'all, football is a TV sport.
Oh, most definitely. There's no arguing that. I mean, because you can go to somebody's house or a bar or a get together and just watch games all day long and just hang out with people, and you don't even have to be at a stadium.
I went to in Barcelona once, and it was packed. People just there all day watching NFL.
And there was no teams there.
Exactly. Yeah. Every game on though. They had the ticket or whatever it is.
Yep. You just look at some of the international games. Those games are fans from every team. You'll see them in the crowd. Fans of every team.
Oh yeah, when they televise the internationals, they're just wearing the jerseys just to go to the games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of these Europe games, by the way. I like it. I like being able to get up in the morning and have football immediately.
At 9 a.m. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, for the East Coast, it's great. If you live on the West Coast, that's 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Right.
Oh, well. I live on the East Coast. Not my fault.
Well, listen, me too, and I'm going to Spain, so I ain't got to worry about it. I'll be in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Shake, it's about that time.
Yeah, make sure he gets his plug in, the cheesecake.
Yeah.
Turner yell.
Sorry, wrong one.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Get ready to dive into a new world of online shopping with the Fins Tailgate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor, we're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process make shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Fins Tailgate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
What's up, y'all? This is Chef Jew. Looking for a great chef for your next catering party, private party, office party, etc. with welcome ordering meals and desserts? Let Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats take care of it for you at an affordable price. Call me at 786-804-8096. Also reach me at chefjewcatering@gmail.com. Direct message on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Juice Catering. Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats. Food with a passion. We do it all.
Chef Jew, Miami-Dade, Palm Beach area. Get your sweet treats, good eats, and don't forget the cheesecake.
And before we continue, Michael K, who is a sponsor of the Vince Tailgate, he is a member. He is selling super boxes. They normally retail for $400 on Amazon. He's legit. I got one. Crypto's got one. El Capitan has got one. He's selling them for $210. Hit El Capitan, me or Lee, if you're interested for any super box. Like I said, I've got one from him, and my brother is enjoying it right now. So,
What is a super box?
Super box is just like you ever remember a fire stick, jailbroken fire stick on steroids. It's pretty much you can get every local channel in the United States. So that's why you get to watch every football game because you get the local channels. So
and all the streaming platforms and stuff.
Yeah, it's similar to what I have.
You pay nothing for it. You don't pay nothing. So
yeah, I paid a one-time fee. I got these VC boxes, and they're great. Same thing.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Crypto. I was talking to Crypto, and he wanted to see what was going on in the Diddy case. He went to the actual New York station. He lives in Maryland. He was able to get the New York news channel.
Making sure his name doesn't get called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a little unfair. Crypto's not here to defend himself.
He usually is. He's usually somewhere in the chat or up here.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be Crypto for him. That's By the way, how was that ice wine? Did you try it yet?
No, not yet. It was swiped from the airport in the duty free. I was avoiding it because the price is crazy for such a small bottle.
Yeah, the cheapest is like what, $30?
I got like a 3-pack. They're all from Wayne Gretzky Estates. It's pretty fun. I didn't know he had a winery and like whiskey and all that.
Nice.
This is a statement I thought I'd never ever say. I'm excited to see what the new punter can do.
The new what?
The new punter.
Oh, Stonehouse from Tennessee.
Yeah, he's an all-pro.
Yeah, he has his
punter.
So that got me kind of excited. I want to see what he can do because that field position, man, the Dolphins haven't won that battle in I don't know how long.
Yeah, our special teams have been really shaky.
It's been bad since we lost
our
Rizzo.
best kicker of all time, though.
Yes. The miracle in Miami.
I was looking at Olindo Mare's stats versus Jason Sanders, and didn't realize how many short field goals we had Mare kicking in his career.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a 39-yard team.
Yeah.
I used to like Stojanovic too.
Yeah, so
Let's
young.
not mention that name. Let's not bring that name up. Our team was too damn good that year for us to lose on a missed field goal by Perfect Pete.
It happens, brother. It happens. You remember the year Minnesota, 15-1, Gary Anderson missing a field goal indoors at home in the NFC Championship.
And then the announcer said he hasn't missed in this building all year long.
And lost in overtime.
Not missing that building all year long. He hadn't missed a field goal all year long.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost at home to the Falcons, the Dirty Birds.
Gary Anderson lost to Morton Anderson.
Yep,
And then the Dirty Birds came down here to Miami, and their spiritual leader, football player, decided to go find himself a prostitute and
yep,
take the whole
Robinson. Yep, the safety, Robinson. Yeah, yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
So hey, now that we got Mika back in the back there, he's going to be your main starter. What about the other guys that we picked up that we got? What are we going to do with them? Do you think one's going to run the
Malafanu and
pond?
Davis.
Yeah, Ashton Davis and what's the guy from the Lions we picked up?
Malafanu.
Is one of them going to possibly ride the pond, or do you think we can put them in like a nickel or a dime
well,
situation if they still play?
well, it's gonna be Melifonte and Mika to start, but we're gonna play a lot of three safety because Melifonte is better in the box, and those other two guys can play. And Mika's really good in the slot, and Ashton Davis is really good at high post. So we're gonna do a lot of three safety.
I agree. It's good to have the depth too.
Yeah, it actually gives us some flexibility, which we definitely needed. So
So what kind of defense are we going to run then? If we're running three high safety, then we running more of a nickel.
No, we're gonna run the same defense we ran last year. We just had shit safeties.
yeah, Holland played like absolute garbage last year. Like he didn't want to get hurt.
Contract year.
Yeah, but you only had two guys. You only had two guys high safety. If you're going to run three high, it'd be more of a modified. I guess it'd be more of a modified than what we had.
No, I don't think they'll run three high. I think they'll use one of the safeties to come up and play in the nickel position, or something like that, because the
Maybe
guys we have don't have a lot of experience.
And,
So do you
that's
think
why
we stay?
Mika played. Remember, Mika could play a nickel quarterback if he has to.
might see him rushing the QB too.
So do you see us staying in a 3-4, or do you see us swapping back to a 4-3?
I think we're going to be versatile. We might go between both.
We don't have a 4-3 roster.
I agree. We don't.
We have,
Yeah, if you look at he came. Remember, he played for Rex Ryan, so he came up under that system, and Rex Ryan was primarily a 3-4 guy. So I think that's why we got those big nose tackles too.
Yeah, because Grant should be able to hold his own down there for sure.
That kid Phillips from Maryland's not going to be too bad either.
Yeah, he's gonna be pretty stout. And if Grant cuts a little bit of weight with being down there in Florida, you know what I mean? Slims down and gets even faster. He's going to be a force. I really think that heat's gonna. I'm going to find that out here very soon in about a week.
You're still in North Florida, brother. That heat is not
That's
nearly
not
as bad
South
as South
Florida.
Florida.
Yep. Tell him, Johnny, that ain't South Florida.
Well, hey, I'll be down there quite a bit. I'll know it at training camp when I'm melting away. Papa Paul's going to be like, "What happened to you? You melted away like an ice cream cone."
If only it was that easy, brother.
Yeah, it's not that easy. It's hot, though. August and September, brutal.
It's brutal right now, man. I can't do it.
Hell, the other day they said it was something about over by Tampa was 111.
injury gods, it's time for y'all to be on our side this year. Now we done had 3 years in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like it's time. It's time. Goddamn injury gods. Like what do we do? It's time. We have to be up to this year. It's time.
Yep.
The averages has to be on our side.
Yep. The law of averages, definitely. We've had injuries after injury after injury. It's about time to turn it around. Has to be.
Well, I'm hoping so, and I'm hoping that's why they gave us 5 primetime games, because I'm hoping the NFL knows something that we don't know.
That's what I was
Either
saying.
that.
Like they were pushing, showing the Dolphins prime time. They're talking about Tua more. They're giving them a lot of push. And hopefully that's a good push.
You guys think this is the most competitive we'll see the division in a few years? Now that the Jets have moved on from the Rodgers experiment and think that they're on the up and coming with Fields at QB. The Patriots have a whole bunch of hype behind them and hope behind them. We've restructured what we thought was wrong with our team from last year, and the Bills have been knocking on the door forever. Do you guys think this is going to be one of the most competitive division?
Personally, I think it's still going to be between us and Buffalo. I mean, the Jets going to take a little bit of time because they got new offensive guys, new coach, so it's going to take a little while to gel, just like New England. I still think Buffalo, Miami should be, going at it.
So you think someone will still end up on? Go ahead, Nick. Sorry.
I think the North and the West can easily put in either one of those divisions can put in 3 teams.
Yeah, I agree with you. If the Chargers are clicking this year, they can easily put in 3 from the AFC West.
Yep, Denver.
If they string something together with Rodgers and Metcalf, yeah, it's a big competitive conference for sure.
The AFC North is going to be interesting as well.
Yeah.
I think
the AFC North is just.
Yeah.
The AFC North to me is only between Baltimore and Cincy. I think Pittsburgh used up all their luck last year, winning all those close games. They're not going to do the same thing this year.
I think Baltimore's got the best roster in the league.
Yeah, especially picking up Alexander.
I mean, Philly's got a great roster too, but
how soon y'all forget, man? Y'all like Philadelphia don't exist. Talk about
yeah, no, I think Philly's right there. It's like 1A and 1B.
As you remember, Philly pounded the Ravens pretty bad last year regular season.
I think the Ravens got just the slight edge at QB.
Lamar struggles in primetime games though. His accuracy's terrible. But
I don't know. I'm big on Barkley. I feel like he was the Eagles last year. I feel like if he wasn't there and they just had some run-of-the-mill running back, like an average running back, they're not even close to the production that they put out there. Barkley was such a good puzzle piece to fit into that offense.
Oh, yeah, he was definitely – I agree with you on that. He was definitely the game changer on that team. Took the pressure off of Hurts, and the team just played better. That's why I said we get our running game back and take a little bit of pressure off Tua, and he just got time to just slice him up because we already know he's quick at passing. He's good at what he's great at his reads. If you ain't got to pass the ball only 20, 30 times a game and you can still run and 100, 150 yards rushing and still scoring touchdowns, you're going to be impressive.
See,
he gets a few of those 50-plussers.
That's similar to my wet dream. All I ask for is for the injury guards to be kind and for Tua to have league average the time to throw the ball. That's all I ask. Just give my quarterback league average. Can you imagine him with league average with Tyreek and Jake? Come on, man. And H-Chan running. Come on, man.
Cosa Nostra, buenas noches, man.
I'm excited to see Ollie Gordon. We finally got a big back.
I love the running back room. I think it's one of the best running back rooms in the league.
Yep, I'm excited to see what Jalen Wright's going to do.
Right.
And somebody said that he's kind of jacked up this year.
Oh, he's massive, dude. He was like all cut up and everything.
He'll be your starting running back by week 6.
Sunset is crazy.
Nah, I think H-Chan's still going to be your starting running back.
Nah, H-Chan is going to be a specialist. He's going to be Darren Sproles' watch.
I mean, I wouldn't disagree with that. That wouldn't be bad. I mean, we just have so much. We just got to make it gel.
It all depends on the offensive line. If the offensive line plays like my man said and he gives Tua a league average, it's going to be hard to beat. I'm telling you.
Just the only thing we can't do is we can't be predictable throwing these screens or, it's 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1. We're going we're going the fullback, or we just bring Ollie Gordon in. The only time we bring him in, it's third and short or fourth and short. We need to make sure we're changing it up so we're not so predictable.
But how cool is it gonna be to see AJ in the center, 30 yards downfield blocking? Come on, man. We didn't see that shit last year. Brew and AJ is gonna be 30 yards downfield blocking.
That'd be nice.
Remember Mike Pouncey was 60 yards downfield?
Yeah, Mike Pouncey. Yeah,
That's less than that. We haven't had a line good since then.
No, that first Connor year we led the league in rushing.
yeah. Connor Williams. Yep. When Connor Williams, yeah, that was a good line.
Yeah, how's it going?
But who was the basket case? Who was the one that got in trouble for bullying or supposedly bullying, and it was all fake? What was his name?
Oh
Incognito.
yeah,
Martin.
It
I
was
like
all
him.
fake. Yep, Richie Incognito was that
Richie.
guy.
Dude,
Hey,
he was
by the way,
unicorn
hey
line.
JC, real quick, I want to look
Yeah.
out for you, man. Michael K says he's selling super boxes for $100 for Bills fans. So take
Yeah,
advantage.
I don't need that. I have.
Hey, listen, buy for $100. Hey, listen, give him give him $100 and sell it for $200. Make $100, man.
Shit, if I wanted one, I'd have him drop it off to my house. I don't need to pay the shipping fee, but nah, I get everything. I got plugs out here. I got the Mike McDaniel plug.
JC, what do you think about your team this year?
What, same thing. I think everything's gonna go the same way that it did last year. We'll win the division. If we're not good, maybe we're not good enough to get to the Super Bowl and win it, but I feel like it's just all going to be the same. There's nobody in our division has made moves to show that they're going to be a difference maker than what it was last year.
You guys don't win it all, JC. Your coach is getting fired.
You know what? And I would hope that because you know what? Because you know who I do want to be our head coach is Joe Brady. But I feel like if Cincinnati doesn't do well, that's where he's going.
If McDermott doesn't lose the
Because him-
job, though,
because
Joe
him and
Brady's
Joe
gone.
Burrow connection.
Joe Brady's gone. Yeah. He's going to Cincinnati. It's not even a debate. I'll even put money on it if anybody wants to bet me on that.
Can you bet on that? Can you bet
I'm not
on
sure, but I would bet a crazy amount on that. That's where he's ending up.
You can
See,
base
hey, look, let me tell you something. One thing I like about Joe Brady is the fact that he didn't he's not trying to make Josh. He's telling Josh Allen, look, this is a team game. You can't win this shit all by yourself.
Yep, exactly. You know what? And that's the issue with look at Kellen Moore or what was his name that played for the U, the QB.
Ken Dorsey.
Let me get this straight.
Remember it'd be like first down, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I don't care what you do, throw it 80 yards down the field." That's stupid.
But let me get this straight. So a team last year that it took Raheem Mostert in the second half after we were leading at halftime on a team that was decimated by injuries to lose by 3, and then to turn around and add back
But now the argument.
then turn around
But
and
now,
add our two hold on. Then turn around
oh
and
yeah,
add
go ahead.
our two defensive ends, Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb, back with the emergence of Chop Robinson to add Kenneth Grant, who some people say was probably the best D tackle in the
He
draft, and
wasn't.
then we get Mika back. And you don't think we improve enough for Buffalo?
I don't. You know what? I'm a Michigan fan. I like Michigan college football. That was my team growing up. When it came to college sports, because UB has never been really big, so I was a big fan of Michigan football. And Kenneth Grant is not. He's not. He's not a 4 down guy. He's not a. Like he's a 2 down defensive tackle. The guy
Played 4 down at Michigan.
even as like on their national championship team, he was behind a guy that's basically already considered a bust. Like the guy is trash, Mozzie Smith. is trash. Even the guy Mason Graham. Have you seen the Mason Graham highlights? Even in t-shirt and shorts,
You see,
it's
you're saying
been
the guy
bad.
that just got the recent top 5 pick?
You know,
I, I
but
I
by
I
saying
like
that,
Kenneth Grant. I just don't think he's super athletic. He's like the guy from remember the
what?
guy that just got picked up. He was UDFA from Florida. The big old dude. He's like 400 pounds, like the
Yeah,
heaviest
yeah,
guy.
he went to Tampa.
Yeah, he was
Yeah, yeah.
453.
Yeah, it's like that. Like, and
But
even the same with the kid that went to Baylor, that was even bigger than him, but now he's transferring. Like these, like
Do
yeah,
you
you had
think
these super
that
athletic.
being said, do you think we still improved from drafting him though at that position?
Yeah, I like him, but is he better than Christian Wilkins? Healthy? Like
yes,
Well, we're more than a year
yes,
off of Wilkins.
Christian
yes.
Wilkins in college was way better than Kenneth Grant.
No,
Yes, that Clemson,
Christian, Christian,
him and Clemson.
he
What?
was
Yeah,
the third best D tackle on that team.
Him at Clemson was better than Kenneth Grant. It's not even close.
They had an All
I
Pro
think they're
defensive
very
line at
comparable.
Clemson.
now I will say Wilkins by himself is probably better than Grant in college, but they
Yeah,
want to
way
they want to
better as
put
a
Grant.
prospect.
But if you look at the stuff in Michigan, if you go back and
Yeah,
look,
but
Grant,
you got to
but
imagine he's living off that one highlight of chasing down that running back.
no,
Well,
Oh,
no,
Grant.
no.
look.
If you look at the stuff, Mason Graham always got a lot of the times because he never got doubled. Kenneth Grant took on two linemen
That
almost
and
every single play.
but you know
And
the big
JC,
thing
real
with that
quick, let me.
Michigan. Yeah, go
I
ahead,
just
go
want to
ahead.
say something real quick. One thing, look, everybody knows I gave I couldn't wait to get rid of Christian Wilkins, but here's the thing: one of the reasons, not because he was a bad player, but because he was a bad scheme fit. He is a great defensive tackle if you're playing 4-3. If you're playing 3-4, then that's not his strong suit. He is better
Yep.
suited for a 4-3 and then a 3-4.
Yeah.
Yeah. At
But
this
my
time of
thing is
their
too.
career,
This is my thing that
but
I'll say
hold on,
too.
hold on. At this
If you
time,
look at those lines, like you got to imagine too, Michigan, they're not playing the best teams every single week.
what?
You know, like, and then they had that stack, and then
No,
that
they are
team that
playing
won the
against the best
Natty,
offensive linemen, though.
that
Those big
team
Wait a
that
minute.
won,
offensive linemen are
that
great.
team that
Wait a
won the
minute. Hold on.
Natty.
Time out. Didn't Michigan's conference just win the Natty 2 years in a row?
Yeah, but how old are those guys still playing in college?
What?
That matters.
What?
It does matter.
You're saying they were super teams.
Yeah, these guys are 5-year, 4-year players on the defensive
I get
line.
what you're
Half these
saying.
kids
We
hitting
did
the
see that with
Wait a minute.
Georgia. We saw that with a few of Georgia's
no,
players.
because those guys are coming out after 1-2 years of being in college.
Yeah, but
You
it's
Wait,
only
also
have to
who?
they're
At
so
Georgia?
talented that it's hard to see the individual talent when they're all playing
you
together.
but Joe, do you
Same
know
thing with
like so what you can do is and a lot of these guys too are even staying later in high school, they're reclassifying, but if you come out early and only do until your junior year, you can even Quinn Ewers could have came out only playing 2 years of college.
hmm
No, you cannot play 2 years of college and come
Yeah,
out.
yes, you can. You only
No,
have
you
to be
can't.
3
You have to
years
be
out of high
3 years
school. You can
removed.
reclassify. You might
Sir,
want to
you
look
have
it
to
up.
be big dog. You got to be 3 years removed from high school.
You have to be 3 years out of high
with
school.
a red shirt.
Right.
With a
Yep.
red shirt.
So,
Talk about.
right.
Or
That's 3 years.
reclassifying, which a lot of them do. They
What?
skip their senior year of high school. If you skip your senior year of high school, you are counted as a 3-year player.
How common is that though? How many of them are
Oh,
doing
they're
that?
doing
Quinn
it. A
Ewers
lot of
did
guys
it.
are doing it.
Yep.
A lot of guys
they're
are
doing it.
doing it.
Nobody's
Yep.
doing that.
Yep. And in the state of California, or state of Texas, you're allowed to
Nobody
do
is
it.
doing that.
Yep.
Nobody is near.
These 5-star recruits are.
5
Maybe
stars,
in
maybe. 5
basketball.
stars, maybe.
Maybe in basketball.
Basketball, you only have to play
Nobody's
1
doing
year.
that in football.
You're one and
Yeah,
done.
basketball, 1 year in college, then you're gone.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you could be
Yeah, but no, you can do it. You know what? The only players that I don't mind coming out later is running backs because you know what? You're going to get paid more in NIL, but that's about the end because with the new rules, they're about to actually put a cap on college football where teams are only allowed to spend 30 million, which is actually going to hurt the U in the next couple of years because they just overpaid for
it's gonna hurt a
their
few teams.
5-star recruit that offensive lineman. Yep.
I think the
I think it's a
opposite
good
when it
thing.
comes to running back. I think running back should be position to come out early.
They don't
They
want to
probably
because they
should
won't make
because
as much.
they no, that is too. They get a lot of miles on them playing a lot of years in
Yep.
college, running backs.
And shit. There's not even that even this last class it was considered great, but there's probably one or two that'll still be in the league in 5 years.
Right.
Even like
They have
Cam
more guaranteed
Scatabo,
money.
he's not going to be good. Like a lot of people like Cam Scatabo, he is so undersized. Like if you actually look, like he's so undersized.
Not only undersized, but he lowers his head on every contact.
Yep.
He's going to get either concussed or paralyzed.
Omari and Hampton, who was the second one taken,
Yep.
he's no good.
From North Carolina.
What do you mean no
Yeah,
good?
I don't think he's going to be any good. I think he's too stiff. The one I do like is the one
I
that
like
the
his size,
Patriots
though.
drafted. The one the
Ohio State
Patriots.
guy?
Yeah, because he's actually good in the pass block. He's good at running. Like he's got multiple. He's good in the pass game, like catching out of the backfield, and he can still run.
It's gonna be a pretty good duo there, Stevenson and what is his name? Judkins?
But you don't
No,
think
it was the other guy.
you don't think Kenneth Grant at this point of his career is more polished as a pass rusher than Christian Wilkins was?
No.
You don't think Kenneth Grant is more polished as a pass rusher than Christian Wilkins?
I think it's
No.
even. I think that's a bias knowing Christian Wilkins' career in the NFL so far. I think they're equal.
I mean, no.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be a little biased there. Or not biased. I'm gonna say no. Kenneth Grant's still not there yet. He's got the ability, but he's not there with Wilkins yet.
Let me clear it up because I don't think everybody heard me. I said at this point in their career at the same time, that means when Christian Wilkins was coming into the league and Kenneth Grant coming into the league, you don't think Kenneth Grant is more polished as a pass rusher?
No, I think
and listen, to be fair, Big Nick, they were both picked at 13. So
exactly.
Yeah, listen, I think they're about the same. And if you guys remember, Christian Wilkins' rookie year, half our fan base wanted him gone. They said he was a bust.
Yep.
And don't get me. And I'm not saying this as a hater either, because I don't like either of the Bills picks that we did at defensive line. I don't like Landon Jackson or the kid out of Kentucky that we got.
I think you guys call at corner too.
But the thing with the Bills, though, your guys' team, the guys they drafted are going to gel very well with your team.
Well, the thing is, we're also picking so late. I think for a team like us, because we draft so late, we have to hit on those like mid-round guys that come out of nowhere, and then bet on that instead of.
Y'all got part-time Bozo. Don't worry about it.
It's like, but you know who gets so lucky? You know what? And this is why Howie Roseman somehow gets the best guys in the draft, no matter what they do. At 30 or whatever.
You think Milano is going to stay healthy all year?
I think he'll be all right. But I don't see us giving him another contract after this year because you got to remember too. We restructured him, and we gave him his money now. But I think they're going to try to move on from him, and then that's what I hope for the Dolphins not to get trapped in, because I could see him maybe be like, oh, maybe next offseason we're talking about Miami signing him, and they're going to be like so hyped, and then he doesn't look the same.
That would be a Miami move.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Yeah, we already learned that lesson with Jordan Poyer.
Yeah, we ain't bringing no more Bills guys in for that. We got burnt by Poyer.
Remember when Chicago gave that contract the year before?
Who? What?
The linebacker that we had the year before. Then he went to Chicago.
His brother plays with the Steelers. Oh my goodness, they both went to Virginia Tech.
Yep.
Oh my goodness!
But we have Dorian Williams that we drafted, and he was pretty good before and then we stopped playing him because Milano came back.
Well, you got the other guy, Terrell Bernard there too. So you've already got like a few pieces. You don't necessarily need to keep Milano, but
Who's your linebackers again? JC?
Huh?
Who's your linebackers again? Your starting linebackers?
1 second.
it's Matt Milano and Terrell Bernard, and then they have
Terrell Bernard,
AJ Epineza and Dorian Williams.
Yep, Dorian Williams. Yep.
Who's the one that put the dirty hit on Tua?
It wasn't dirty. That was Milano.
That was Milano.
He barely touched him. And then
Just pushed him.
Touched my ass. He shouldn't have
He
touched him
pushed
at
him
all.
pretty hard. Pushed him backwards pretty hard.
No, he didn't push him. He barely touched him. Come on. If you guys played football, was that a crazy hit?
No, it wasn't a crazy hit, but he was off balance. The shove was good enough to push him like 8 to 9 yards backwards.
Look, come on.
Four steps.
I played high school football back in the day, like where people like special teams hits were the craziest hits. Come on, that was nothing.
But now,
we used to do tackle alley Oklahoma drill. These guys don't even do that anymore.
Yeah, but if your quarterback was injury prone with concussions and stuff like that, if that was Josh Allen, you'd be crying the blues.
But he's not going to do that because you know why? You know what the issue is? Is he's bigger than every single linebacker in the league. The average linebacker isn't even 220 pounds.
What, to do that to Josh Allen?
Well, he's not. But Josh is 240. The
Even
average
off balance,
linebacker
though,
is
you can
200
still-
pounds.
You can easily tip someone that's off balance like that. So I don't think it was a big push, but it was probably.
Heck, if they weren't trying to, and heck, if they weren't trying to push Allen last year for MVP and all that stuff, all the commercials, the Gatorade and all that stuff, he would have been out because he was concussed in one game. He should have missed multiple games.
No, you know what he did, and we all saw it, right? When he got concussed, what did he do? He went in the tent and he ran back out. He's like, "Nah, I'm not gonna fucking sit."
Dude, they gave him that little thing to wake his ass
Do
up.
you think it deserved a flag?
You know what? I need to go back and watch that play.
Yeah, he took like 27 steps before he pushed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't need to push him. I just don't know if it was, like, flag worthy.
The fact that the NFL is worried about these dudes getting hit, and these guys don't even weigh the amount of like come on, Brian Dawkins weighed how much at safety compared to the average linebacker as a safety 10 years ago.
Wait a minute, didn't Milano get to it twice? Didn't Milano get to it on the Jesse Davis miss?
No. You know who also knocked out Tua? DeMar Hamlin.
His forearm.
No.
There was a dude that it wasn't him. It was someone else that broke his ribs. It wasn't Milano. It was somebody else that broke his
when Jesse Davis, that was Milano.
No.
Are you guys talking about the DeMar Hamlin knockout?
No, I'm talking about
Hamlin did knock him out. Tua dropped his head into Hamlin's chest.
Yes, that is true. And
that's crazy.
Watch the Milano hit. Tua was running away from the pressure, took 3 steps, and Milano pushed him. Not really like laid a hit on him or at all, just pushed him. He fell backwards right on his head. That's what happened.
Well, I'm saying who broke his ribs? What was the player that broke his ribs? I remember
that was Milano.
Prior though, that happened the year prior.
I think it was
Milano dug it in. Milano crushed him.
Let me look at
that was on the Jesse Davis.
That was the heading.
But come on. So, do any of you guys watch YouTube Shorts?
Epineza that did that to him. The bruised ribs.
Sorry, guys. I'm eating if I'm muffling. I'm eating. But
AJ Epineza.
AJ Epineza.
I don't know what defensive player it was, but I know it was Jesse Davis that just said "Ole."
Yeah.
Do you guys watch like YouTube Shorts? Does anybody in here watch YouTube Shorts?
Yeah, of course. I do.
So, have you ever seen those videos where it's like, the 80s and 90s kids are so much tougher than this new generation?
Yeah.
And have you ever seen the ones where it's like, all right, this is what we played on at the playground, right? Like they had the thing that spinned around and we'd fall off them, 100 miles per hour, or like go down a slide that's like 100 degrees and then get back up and do the same thing all over again. What is the issue between us doing that and this new generation? It's a new generation. We got to stop giving these kids.
So that was our generation. Who do you think took the merry-go-rounds and made the sliding boards not be 100 degrees? Who do you think did that?
But that's the issue, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, these guys
We
are too
did that.
soft. Like,
We
we're
did that.
giving them excuses
Oh yeah, this
for dealing with
generation
things like
soft,
that.
real soft.
No, we took that shit away. It's not that, that's like using the argument that today's NBA
Yeah,
player couldn't
but
play
you
like
remember
then
back in the
because
we used, have you ever?
Well,
I've seen kids
realistically,
that's a bad
go
argument.
on swing sets. Remember the swing sets? We used to do a flip on swing sets, jump off them, hit our head, and still keep playing.
Yeah, yeah, but who put the rubber foam under the swings? We did that.
it's the
We can't
litigious
blame the kids.
society that
We
did
can't
that.
blame the kids for the shit we did to make it safer for them.
You had
Yeah,
people
but then
starting
you have
trees
kids
left
there.
and
But
right.
then, but this is my argument towards that, right?
Blame
You have
yourself.
kids that'll go out of the game, and then you have kids that will still come back in the game. Like Josh, like we saw him broke his wrist, right? He came right back, got concussed. He was obviously concussed. We all could tell. Came right
Let me
back
see
in.
Josh Allen dislocate his hip and then come back for the next football
He
season.
probably could still do it because you know why?
Yeah, let me see
Because
him
he's
do that
bigger
shit.
than everybody else on the field.
Let me see him do that shit. Dislocate your hip.
You think
Let me
like
see
people
him.
talk about
Let me see
hits.
Josh Allen have ankle surgery, miss one game and come back twice.
ESP, you know who actually did a post about it? It was ESPN. Do you remember back in the day when there used to be a top 10 biggest hits in the NFL? Like it was a highlight show
Yep.
Yeah,
where they would show like the crazy like top 10 biggest hits of the week.
that was with Chris Berman, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Now they don't do that.
Yeah, because they're trying to phase out the violence. They're trying to make it more
Yeah.
offensive friendly.
But the thing is, yeah, yeah. And then
Focus
but
on speed and finesse.
yep.
I mean, I grew up early
Option
'70s
do that too.
watching Dick Buckus and Jack Lambert and guys ripping people's helmets off, and you don't see that today.
No.
Unless you see Miles Garrett rip what's his face helmet off and beat him with it like he did a couple years ago.
Well, that got ruined by the U. We all remember the big U. Was that versus Duke
Oh, with the
when they
bench
had that
clearing brawl.
massive fight?
I think that was against Bethune Cookman or somebody like that. They
No,
were
no, it
fighting
was
him.
versus. It was another Division One school.
Oh,
I think it was versus Duke.
ACC. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I think it was FIU, UM and FIU. They had a big ass fight.
FAU,
Yeah.
FAU. Yep, yep.
FAU. Yeah.
FIU.
Yeah.
It was
Well, I knew it was
FIU.
one of those smaller schools. Yeah.
FIU.
Well, they're still D1, but
Well,
yeah.
they're both. What you got to realize is they're both from Miami. FIU is a Miami school as well, and
Yeah.
so a lot of those guys played with each other in high school.
Yeah.
Who cares about the U?
Oh, easy now.
Yeah, easy.
Well, they will still be bad for the next 10 years because the amount of money they just spend on their tackle. So,
Who cares about the U?
Russell quit being a hater.
I'm not a hater.
I can
I'm
tell
not a
you who
hater.
cares about the U. I can tell you who
you
cares
know
about the
what?
U. The people.
This will be my hot take. If I'm going to make the biggest hot take of all hot takes, UB might have the best linebacker in college football.
I'm gonna tell you who cares about the U, right? The people that care about the U is those general managers that took 14 of them in the first round that year. That's who
Yep.
cares about it.
Well, that's old history, brother.
You know what? But even after that, the best Miami team is that 7-4 crew.
What year that was? They
That
took
7-4
14 first
crew.
rounders from your favorite college team.
My boy G Rag is the goat of Miami U. I don't care about nothing else. G Rag, that's a goat of the U right there. I don't care what no other player does. G Rag is the goat.
Hey Shay, what year that was in Florida put 14 first rounders in one draft?
The greatest team of all time. The fact that Willis McGahee wasn't even good enough to play running back, had to play fullback on that team, shows how elite that team was.
Yeah, well, you had three guys that all started in the NFL.
But imagine if they had a real quarterback other than Ken Dorsey.
Yeah, well, Still
Could you imagine? Could you imagine like who's probably the best? Imagine a Matt Leinart. Imagine a Matt Leinart on Miami.
Wait. What do you mean better than Ken Dorsey? I think Ken Dorsey lost 3 games his entire college career, and one of
Nah,
them was
yeah,
wrong.
but there's a lot of look at how many games Tua will lose in college. Shit, my Hawaii goat, and I argue with all the Miami Dolphins fans with this. Colt Brennan is the best
Oh,
Miami. Colt
Don't do
Brennan.
that.
Hey, listen. Hey, how about this? Can you imagine Jim Kelly in that 2002 team?
No, it would be crazy.
No, can you imagine Gino
Or
Toretta?
Vinny Testaverde. Imagine Vinny Testaverde.
No, he threw 5 picks when he had his chance. No, give me Gino Toretta. He won 2 of them.
All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. I will see you all Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got one
all
more
right.
thing, Papa Pump. Can you imagine Kenny Kelly with that team? You guys
Peace,
remember
love, and
Kenny
sends
Kelly?
up, all.
See you, Johnny.
See you, Johnny.
You know what? And I don't want to say this, but you know who I actually do think is going to be the next Miami head coach? And a lot of people won't like hearing this, but I think he actually does fit what Miami is doing is Chip Kelly. I think if he has a
Oh,
huge
hell
year
no. Boy, you crazy. Hell no.
if he
Hell
honestly
no.
has a huge year this year, that's who I see Raw firing. And it's not even like the troll. It's not a troll. But no, I'm actually being dead serious. It's not a troll or anything like that. But Chip Kelly does fit what they have as roster wise.
Hey,
First of all, Chip Kelly
listen.
on the
I
show.
want you. I want Chip. I do want Chip Kelly because after Chip Kelly left the
Yeah, I know
Eagles,
Jake
they
won
went to the
it.
Super Bowl,
And
and
people
after
think
he left San
he
Francisco,
was
they went to
bad.
the Super Bowl
He
too.
was
So
not
Well,
bad
Jake,
with
I
the
want you
Eagles.
guys to get Urban Meyer. I want Urban
And
Meyer
Chip
to go
Kelly,
back to Florida.
no. There's a
yeah,
huge difference between Chip
I love
Kelly and
Urban
Urban
Meyer.
Meyer. Chip Kelly actually won his first 2 years.
Hey,
Wait a
Big Nick.
minute. Wait a minute.
You know
Hold
me.
on.
Listen. I will never speak ill of Urban Meyer. He is one of my favorite coaches, but I don't want him near my Dolphins.
No,
Hey, but listen.
nobody wants him even in
Outside of
college.
outside of
Or
one
high
good
school.
year, outside of one good recruiting year at Oregon, when has Chip Kelly
No,
ever
no,
shown you
no,
that he can
no. We
recruit?
will say this:
When have he
Urban
shown you he
Meyer
can
is a
recruit?
great recruiter. If it's Urban Meyer going back to Florida or Urban Meyer going back to Ohio State, those are great
No,
fits.
Urban can recruit because he know how to pay the players. But when have Chip Kelly showed you that he can recruit outside of 1 year?
Hold up. First of all, you cannot say that Urban can recruit because he knows how to pay players. I'm
He paid at
sorry, but
Ohio. He
Urban
paid at
had
the
been
little
getting
Ohio
recruits way
State.
before NIL. So you can
Yep.
stop that narrative right away. And second of all, Chip Kelly, this is where I disagree with some of you. Chip Kelly, on the other hand, he's not a great head coach. He's a wonderful offensive coordinator. He has an
Yeah.
amazing offense. That's what I will give him credit for. He went to Ohio State, won a championship with Ryan Day, right? Now he's with Pete Carroll as a Raider. They're going to have a great offense, right? But he is not a head coach. That's the facts.
Hey, Ali, the
Go ahead.
man won at Youngstown State, Utah, Ohio State, and Florida before NIL. Come on,
Hey
man.
Ali, hey Ali, you know who? Hey Ali,
You're talking about Urban Meyer, right? Is who you're referencing?
yeah.
Yeah, and
Hey
all
Ali,
those boys had
Why
big
didn't you say
chains,
he
huh?
won at? Why didn't you say he won at Bowling Green? Let's not forget
yep.
Bowling Green
Oh,
also.
Hey, and Ali,
he
you know
won at
who is
Bowling Green
very?
And
too?
he also won at Utah.
Yeah.
Hey
Let's
Ali,
Yeah, I
you know
said
who?
Utah.
good.
I
Good.
said
Hey
Utah.
Ali,
I
you
said
you know who
Youngstown
else is
State,
very
Ohio State,
underrated?
Utah, and Florida.
Who?
You know who else is very underrated?
Who?
Bill O'Brien. He brought back Penn State when they were completely done with a death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of coaches that can do that. Where's SMU been since their death penalty?
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Well, you know who else can coach? While we on that subject, Ty Whittingham. Well,
Yep.
he
At
can recruit.
Utah.
I,
Yep.
I, I take it back. He can recruit because he brought Notre Dame back and he brought Stanford back. Well, he gave Stanford that notoriety.
Now, where's John Gruden going to eventually go? Because you know he's coming
Who?
back.
The
John Gruden.
casino.
I want Chris
Sean
Steele.
Brady?
Oh,
that's a good question. I don't know where Gruden will end up. It'll be very interesting.
He won't be the NFL.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it will.
I think it will be the NFL. I just don't know where he'll end up, though. It'll be
I'm
interesting.
saying next year. If not, yeah, probably next year.
You know
Well,
what?
he's already said it. He thinks he's going back. He already thinks he's going back to the Raiders because I don't see Pete Carroll continuing to coach another decade.
That's an interesting one. I don't know if it'll be the Raiders, but a team that I could see doing it only because it's a Cleveland Brown type of thing to do, it would be the Browns.
I don't
I
think
He ain't
so.
going to Cleveland.
Who knows?
They could give him Deshaun Watson money. He ain't going to Cleveland.
Okay, we'll
See
see.
him I see Ross bringing him in just because he's a big name.
Did you know
I don't see
Gruden
him
now
coming back
is a
there.
part owner of the Nashville Cats, the arena football team?
I didn't know that. So you're
Yeah.
trying to say he's going to go to Tennessee? Was that what you're saying, Joe Rist?
Yeah, you never know. You never
Who
know.
knows? Who knows?
Well, Tennessee is a great
They're getting a new
Knoxville
stadium too.
is a great city. Knoxville is a great city.
Yeah, they're getting a big renovation on their stadium. It'll be perfect timing to bring in a big name like that.
In their hometown. Like Knoxville is a great place to live.
I used to go twice a year for conferences, and I get hungover just entering the city now.
Yeah. But you know what? The Tennessee is definitely scared because I see Memphis losing a lot of their. I might even see Memphis losing the Grizzlies again.
Yep.
Yeah, it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous of a city. Yeah, they might pull in Oakland.
I want Chris Shula to be our next coach if we lose McDaniel this year.
You just want a Shula.
Yeah, I want it. Well, I like what he's done with. We all thought the Rams were going to be dusty after they, were losing their
That
players.
is true. I thought they were going to be dusty, to be honest. I'm not going to lie.
Well, my thought was Slowick, because if you guys remember, Slowick was the top 2 coordinator that was supposed to get a job the year before.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that Texans O line, their offense, it was just so bad it didn't matter what you did.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, if I'm the Dolphins next year, if they go based on what people are predicting, I would not want Caden Proctor as the draft pick next year. I think he's going to be bad.
Who?
Caden Proctor. He's the offensive tackle for Alabama that switched back and forth with in a matter of months from Iowa back to Alabama. He gets beat a lot.
You're saying we would draft him?
Yeah, that's who the Dolphins are predicted to draft, either him or Spencer Fano from Stanford.
I think that's a very outsider perspective, just based on Armstead leaving. I think it's just.
But I've seen it on multiple because a lot of people don't believe in what's his name?
Patrick Paul is going to do good.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't even know.
You guys a question. Let me ask you guys this hypothetical question. Let's say we win less than 500 games this season, which I kind of think might happen. It could very well happen. If you're number 6 or 7 and Drew Aller's on the board, are you taking him?
I don't. No.
Nope.
Obviously, depending on how he plays this year, but if he has another great season, I say yes. And I think the Bills fan here is rabidly say no because he doesn't want another Josh Allen in his.
No, because you know who I think is a lot better? Cade Klubnik.
I do. Well, that's what I was just putting in the chat. He's drawn comparisons to Stafford. Imagine lining him up with Chris Shula.
Well, that's a name too. But Drew Allard, everyone is saying is going to be the next thing. Penn State's actually
made Penn State
to maybe win the next national champion. That's what a lot of people say they're favored. So my question is, we've seen Drew Allard being touted as this, massive quarterback, prospect and everything. Except I just don't see him making the throws. What do you?
Well,
guys
what's it, Ali? And you watch Big Ten ball because you're an Ohio State fan.
Yeah.
What's the difference between him and Christian Hackenberg?
I want to say that Drew Allard's arm is stronger.
He's made the QB.
But even the mobility, they look like the same guy.
Yeah, they're very similar.
There's no like huge gap, and I'm not even a fan of like Arch Manning. I don't think he's he's a more mobile.
Let's just be
QB, but
fair. Let's just be fair about Arch Manning. We haven't seen him yet.
we haven't seen anything, and then the teams that he's played were bad.
We just saw maybe 1 or 2 plays. That's it. I want to see a whole game. I want to see it on paper. See what happens and then evaluate.
He's
now,
likely not in that next draft anyway. He's going to be more than a year.
I'm going to tell you right now, the Mannings are probably he's probably going to stay in college his full 4 or 5 years. That's basically.
And I even admit when I'm wrong, because you know what? The guy that I thought was the closest to Josh Allen was like last year. The guy that Green Bay got. The kid, remember that kid out of Tulane last year that was like super mobile and had a huge arm? I thought he was going to be good, but yeah.
Hey, Shake.
Yes, sir.
If you want to keep it running, that's up to you. I got to get off.
All right, so yeah, we'll shut it down. All right, guys. Unless you want to keep it going, Ali, it's up to you.
No, I can't, unfortunately. But I thank you for having me, Papa Paul. What's up, sir? It was great to see you, everyone. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, turn on the notification bell. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thanks for everybody having me on.
Fins up, everybody.
Fins up, fellas.
Papa, I'll try.